Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. Today we will see the velocity of the de Broglie wave. When the velocity of the de Broglie wave it is associated with a particle, then we will derive in this way. So let us consider here. According to the de Broglie hypothesis, a free material particle having an energy E and momentum P equal to h cut k, it can be represented by a wave. Let us choose a plane wave. Suppose this is psi equal to psi of is the size of wave and it is a function of r and t, that is the position as well as the time. This is equal to the amplitude a into exponential iota k dot r, k vector dot r vector minus omega t. This is the plane wave equation. And here the iota coefficient, that is this k dot r minus omega t, this is the phase factor, or we can simply write this as this will be equal to a exponential iota alpha. Let us represent this plane wave equation, that is psi of rt equal to a exponential iota into alpha, where a equal to and omega equal to angular frequency, that is equal to 2 pi nu, and nu here is the frequency, and k represents this k vector, it represents the propagation vector. And if I write the magnitude of this propagation vector, that is k magnitude, this will be equal to, this is equal to 2 pi by lambda. The magnitude of this propagation vector is 2 pi by lambda. And here lambda is the wavelength that is associated with the particle. Now this lambda, that is the de Broglie wavelength, we can say, we know lambda equal to 2 pi by k. It can be written as 2 pi by k. By the wavelength, or you can say that this k equal to 2 pi by lambda. So from that we can write lambda equal to 2 pi by k. And again this can be written as, this is equal to, if I will multiply h cut here and I will divide h cut here, so this will be equal to h cut k, you know, p equal to the linear momentum p equal to h cut k, we know. So this lambda will be equal to, again here this h cut, we know h cut equal to h by 2 pi. So when h cut will be multiplied by this 2 pi, then this will be 2 pi into h cut, this will be equal to h. Now here I can write this will be h, in place of 2 pi h cut this is h, that is Planck's constant, divided by h cut is p. So this is lambda equal to h by p, right? In this expression, let me write, suppose this is equation 1. This plane wave equation, that is psi of rt, that is equal to a exponential iota k dot r minus omega t, that is a exponential I alpha. This phase term, that is this alpha term, that is here alpha equal to k dot r minus omega. If you will compare this, you can see this alpha equal to k dot r minus omega t. It means that this psi, that is the wave function, it depends on this phase, that is the phase factor alpha. So the phase velocity of the wave, it is equal to the velocity with which the point is constant, or you can say that the phase velocity of this wave, that is psi wave, the phase velocity of this wave, it is equal to the velocity with which a point of the constant phase travels. Okay, that is what I mean to say is that this alpha is constant. In simple word I can say that this phase is constant, that is alpha will take this k dot r minus omega t is constant. Now here I will write alpha equal to k dot r minus omega t, this is equal to some constant. Now if I will differentiate this, suppose equation number 2, now we will differentiate equation 2, and like differentiating equation 2 with respect to with respect to time t, with respect to time t, what we will get? This alpha is constant, so d alpha by dt will be 0. This will be equal to k vector is constant dot, we can write dr by dt minus omega is constant, so omega into dt by dt is 1. Now if I solve this dr by dt, this is nothing but the velocity. Suppose here I am writing, suppose this is velocity Vp, and also we can write it as k dot Vp minus omega, so this is 0 equal to 0. In place of dr by dt, we are writing the velocity, that is Vp we have written. Velocity is the rate of change of displacement. So in place of dr by dt, simply we have substituted Vp. Or we can write it as k dot Vp equal to omega. If I will take omega to the left hand side, so this is simply k dot Vp equal to omega. Here this Vp equal to dr by dt, it is the phase velocity of the wave. This is called the phase velocity of the wave. Phase velocity of the wave. Phase velocity of the wave. And here this phase velocity and the propagation vector, let me write the phase velocity Vp and the propagation vector k vector are in the same direction. So we can write this k dot Vp, k vector dot Vp vector, this is equal to, though they are in the same direction, we can write this dot product as k Vp cosine 0 degree, this a dot b equal to ab cos theta, so this will be k Vp into cos 0 degree, cos 0 degree is 1, that is equal to k Vp, we can write this as k Vp. Okay, now if I put this in equation 3, this is our equation 3, if I will put this, then this will be, I am substituting in place of k vector dot Vp vector, this is equal to the magnitude of k into the magnitude of Vp. Vp is the phase velocity, so this will be equal to k into Vp equal to omega, right? Or we can write Vp equal to the phase velocity equal to omega divided by k. This is the phase velocity relation with the omega and k. This represents this Vp equal to omega divided by k. It represents the magnitude of the phase velocity. This phase velocity is also known as the wave velocity. Okay, phase velocity or the wave velocity, phase velocity or wave velocity. Again, this can also be written as this Vp equal to omega by k. If I multiply h cut in the denominator and numerator, then Vp will be equal to h cut omega divided by h cut k. We have simply multiplied h cut k. Yes, we have multiplied h cut in the denominator and numerator. So this will be equal to, energy equal to h cut omega. So we can write here h cut omega is E, that is the total energy, divided by, we know the linear momentum P equal to h cut k. So this will be P. So that we can write this phase velocity can be also expressed as E divided by P. This is the phase velocity expression, that is omega by k, or this is E by k, E by P. Now we will calculate the phase velocity of the photons. For photons, we can write for photons E equal to Pc. For photons, we can write E equal to the energy equal to P into C. P is the linear momentum and C is the velocity of the light. So that we can write this as C will be equal to E by P. This E by P, this is equal to C. Here you can see that Vp equal to E by P. So in place of E by P, I can write Vp. So this will be Vp equal to C. That is the phase velocity will be equal to the light velocity. Hence we can write the phase velocity of the photons is equal to the velocity of the light. That is the velocity of light in vacuum. Now we will see the phase velocity of the particle. That is, for the first case we will see for the non-relativistic motion, and in the second case we will see for the relativistic motion. So let us first calculate for the non-relativistic motion. The kinetic energy of a particle, suppose we will consider, suppose for electron of mass m moving at a non-relativistic speed, suppose v, here we can write this energy E equal to half mv square, E equal to 1 by 2 into mass, that is m, into v square. And also if I will multiply m in the denominator and the numerator, this will be m square v square divided by 2m. I have just multiplied 1m in the denominator and 1m in the numerator and denominator. Okay, so this will be equal to m square v square, p equal to mv, linear momentum. So this will be p square divided by 2m. So the energy will be equal to p square by 2m. Now the phase velocity of the de Broglie wave, that is, if I will write the phase velocity, so Vp will be equal to, we know E by P, we have calculated Vp equal to E by P. So this will be equal to, in place of E, if I will put p square by 2m, and here E divided by P, so this is 1 by P, that is equal to P divided by 2m. Or simply we can write this P is nothing but mass into velocity mv divided by 2m. So 1 mm get cancelled, that implies this Vp equal to V divided by 2. That is, the velocity of the particle is getting half. It means that for the non-relativistic motion, the phase velocity, this is the phase velocity, okay, this is the phase velocity of the particle, phase velocity, okay. So the phase velocity of the matter wave that is associated with this non-relativistic particle is equal to the half of the velocity of the particle. Now we will see for the relativistic motion what will happen in case of the relativistic motion. Now for the relativistic motion, suppose we will consider a particle having the rest mass m0. It is moving with a velocity v that is comparable with the light. That is, it is comparable with the velocity of the light. Or we can write it as v is nearly equal to c. In this case, we can write our energy expression, energy equal to E equal to m0 c square divided by root over of 1 minus v square divided by c square, because we know E equal to mc square, Einstein relation, E equal to mc square, and in place of m we have to put m equal to m0 divided by root over of 1 minus v square by c square. So from this relation we have taken this energy equal to m0 c square divided by 1 minus v square by c square root over, and also similarly we know p equal to mass into velocity, this is the linear momentum, and in this m, if I will put m0 divided by 1 minus v square by c square root over, so this p can be written as equal to m0 v divided by the root over of 1 minus v square divided by c square. Okay, we know the phase velocity, that is Vp equal to E by P. So our main aim is to calculate the phase velocity of the relativistic particle. So this is E by P. Now if I will divide these two terms, now this 1 minus v square by c square root over and 1 minus v square by c square root over, they will get cancelled. If I will cancel this term, then it will get cancelled. If I will divide this E by P, then this will get cancelled. Again m naught will get cancelled with this m naught. So the remaining term will be c square divided by V. So this will be equal to c square divided by V. Or here you can see that this is Vp equal to this Vp phase velocity equal to c into c by V. The velocity of the material particle means V. The velocity of the material particle V, it is always less than the velocity of light, that is c. That is V is less than c. Or we can write this V by c as this V divided by c. This will be less than 1. Or we can write c divided by V, that will be greater than 1. So let me write c divided by V. C divided by V, this will be greater than 1. Okay. From this we can calculate this expression Vp equal to c into c by V. So here in this place c by V, it is greater than 1. That's why from this we can write Vp will be larger than c. So this expression, that is, there must exist a velocity which is greater than the velocity of the light. That is, the velocity of light is c. This is in contradiction with the special theory of relativity. That is, here the velocity of the particle, both for the relativistic case and the non-relativistic case, it is different. In this case, non-relativistic motion, you can see here this is v by 2. But in this relativistic case, this is greater than the velocity of the light. That is, it is different. This disagreement is sometimes referred to as the velocity paradox of the matter waves. This is called the velocity paradox of the matter waves. Velocity paradox of the matter waves. Okay, now we will calculate how the phase velocity depends on the wavelength. So here we will see the dependence of the phase velocity on the wavelength. Suppose the total energy here we will consider capital E, the total energy E of a particle of rest mass is given m naught of rest mass m naught, that is equal to, and the rest mass is m naught and momentum is here, momentum we will consider, and momentum equal to here suppose P. So the total energy of the particle of rest mass m naught and the momentum P is, it can be expressed as E is equal to P square C square plus m naught square into C power 4 whole power 1 by 2. And here we want to calculate the phase velocity Vp, that is equal to E by P. So to calculate E by P, so let us divide one P term on the right hand side. So this will be equal to this divided by, suppose I have to write P. So if I want to take the square root, then I can write P square and the power will be 1 by 2. So this 2 to get cancelled and we will get the original expression. Now this will be, now let me write P square C square plus n naught square C power 4 whole divided by P square and whole power 1 by 2 I can write. So that this power 2 and this 1 by 2, they will get cancelled. So this will be simply P. Now this can be also written as, this is equal to P square get cancelled. This will be C square plus m naught square C power 4 divided by p square and whole power 1 by 2. And here if I'll take common c square, then this will be, if I'll take common c square, then its power is 1 by 2. So this will be c whole into 1 plus m naught square, c power 2 will remain here, divided by p square. This will be p square. Let me write here. This Vp will be equal to, now if I'll put this p equal to, in this place p equal to h by lambda, because we know lambda equal to h by p. So we can write p equal to h by lambda. So here this Vp will be equal to, we can write this is equal to c into 1 plus this m naught square, c square, m naught square, c square into, in place of this p square I have to write lambda square divided by h square whole power 1 by 2. So this is our, the relation between the phase velocity with the wavelength. Okay, hence we have calculated the velocity of the de Broglie wave, and here that is lambda equal to h by p, and the de Broglie wave velocity, that is the phase velocity, is omega by k, and this is equal to e by p. That after you have calculated phase velocity of the photons, then we calculated for the non-relativistic motion the phase velocity, and for the relativistic motion the phase velocity which is greater than c. So the difference between this non-relativistic motion and the relativistic motion, the phase velocity, it gives rise to the velocity paradox of the matter waves. And finally we have calculated the phase velocity relation with the wavelength. This is all for today. If you have any doubt, can ask me in the comment section. Thank you all. Jai Jagannath.